ladies, so you might have known and seen about remote sales online. You've seen people talk about it all the time and you kind of understand it, but there's a few things that you don't understand, like how do people actually get calls booked onto your calendar? Because yes, it's really remote and you talk to people that are interested in buying what you're selling, but how does that process actually take place? Like, where do these people come from? Do they just come out of thin air? Like, where are they from? In this video, I'm going to explain exactly where they come from and how the sales funnel actually works, alongside the structure of a sales team and what you can expect if you were to start as a remote sales closer today. So before I move forward, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. I'd love to see more of you guys, and we're a family here, so I want to make sure that I'm serving you best and producing the best content I can for you to ensure that you're growing and you can eventually start your own remote sales side income, side hustle, whatever you want to call it. But that same side hustle, side income has now become my full-time income, hence why I've started this channel. Anyways, let's get into the video. So firstly, I'm going to talk about the marketing funnel that a lot of people know about, and it's very common in business in general. I already knew this ages ago, but I learned this theoretically in my master's degree. I did a master's degree in entrepreneurship at UCL, one of the top 10 universities in the world. And this is the funnel that they were banging on about a lot. And I knew about this before because I've always made money online, and this is what people talk about all the time online. But it just gives me that satisfaction that, yeah, this is actually legit. Professors are teaching this at university. Multi-million-pound business owners are teaching this also. So this is something that you can take on board and just understand, like, it's important to know the basics of marketing anyway. Cool. So the basics of a sales funnel is the first stage, is the awareness stage. Let me give you an example. So let's say we have a dropshipping coach or dropshipping content creator who posts a lot about dropshipping online. You know, they're educating their audience about it, providing facts, figures, all that good stuff, tips, all that good stuff online. So we have the top of the marketing funnel, which is the awareness funnel. So people are now becoming aware of it. They may follow that creator, they may say, okay, cool, this seems pretty cool, this seems quite interesting, let me just give them a follow. And now they become aware of the side hustle. So we have the awareness stage, then we move down to the interest stage. Okay, so the people that follow that creator are now thinking, okay, cool, so dropshipping, it was cool, but now I'm getting interested in this. Like, it seems like something that I can do. Perhaps if I just look into this further, they become interested in it. And that's because the content creator is producing content all the time. So the technical word for that is that they're nurturing these leads. They are nurturing these people. They're making them become more warm to the idea of getting into dropshipping. So they are nurturing them, they're making sure that, okay, this is something that they can do. They're giving them that reassurance that, yeah, you can actually do something because I've done that too. Then the next stage, the leads are probably thinking, nah, I need to get into this. Like, this is sounding really good. They've been following this creator for, like, let's say a few months now, and they're wanting to take action. They want to make some sort of decision, but they're a bit confused. They have a few questions in their head, and now they're thinking, damn, like, I want to join this person and I want them to teach me, but I don't know if this is the right decision. So this is the next stage of the marketing funnel. They're at the decision-making stage. Now they're thinking, okay, should I reach out to this person? Should I actually, message this person to see if I'm actually interested in finding out what it is they have to offer? And if they're hot enough, if they're a hot lead, they will reach out to that person because they want change. Dropshipping content creators probably posting a bit of lifestyle, showing what dropshipping has allowed them to do. They're allowed to have a bit of time freedom, financial freedom, location freedom, all these things. That probably will entice people to be like, you know what, I'm gonna take that decision and reach out to them. So they're at the decision stage now of the marketing funnel. And the final stage is the action stage. And this is where they now come onto the call with a sales closer, and everything makes sense for them. The dropshipping coach is a good fit for them, and they're also a good fit for the dropshipping coach. And they see the potential and they actually buy into what it is that the sales closer has to offer. So that's the basics of the marketing funnel, but I really want to focus on the decision stage, because there are key factors and key points within the decision stage, because they don't just reach out and then all of a sudden they get a call booked. No, it's not that simple. So there's a whole sales team involved. So let me spoil you guys a secret. You know me, I give you guys everything unfiltered on my page. So usually, you guys know when you reach out to a content creator or influencer that is giving out a lot of information about a side hustle, or they could even be a fitness coach, all these different coaching offers, right? They do a lot of information. You have to remember, like, they've probably got a following on social media, and do they really have time? Just ask yourself, do these influencers really have time to respond to every single person that reaches out to them? No. Let's be real, they don't have the time. They're busy creating content, they're busy making sure the client needs are met, they have a lot on their plate, and they just simply don't have the time to respond to hundreds of people in their DM interested in buying their course or mentorship program, what it is that they have to offer. So what happens? What happens to all these people in the DMs? Okay, that means that we need an appointment setter. So when you reach out to these creators online, you're not actually speaking to them. There's always someone in their DMs that are replying to people that are interested in investing into the course. So that's one myth that's just dismantled it right now. You're not speaking to the creator, you are speaking to someone in their team, and that person is called an appointment setter. So the appointment setter's job is essentially just to make sure that you're actually serious. They'll just ask you a few questions. For instance, why do you want to do this? Do you have the time for it? Are you financially capable to invest into the training? And just a few questions to qualify you. So when you get onto the sales call, and if you do get to that stage of going onto the sales call, you're not wasting anyone's time. Because the sales call is meant for people that are ready to invest, people that are actually serious about taking that step forward. And yes, people can lie and all these different things, but people tend to be honest because they think they're speaking to the creator, so they're not gonna want to waste their time. Especially if they've been nurtured, especially if they're warm, they're hot now. Like, they've probably been taking this person's content in for a while now, or they've maybe seen their ads for a while. So they don't want to waste their time. They want to be honest in their DMs. Most people are going to be honest in their DMs to make sure that this is actually the right decision for them as well. So the appointment setter's job is to qualify them, ask them a few questions to make sure that, yeah, as I mentioned, they're serious enough to go into the sales call. So it's all in the name as well, appointment setter. They are not closing them in DMs. They're not doing anything like that. They're not selling them anything. In fact, what they are selling is the call. They're selling the call, the next stage, to ensure that they are enticed to move forward in the process. Because you also don't want to lose people in the DM stage. You want to keep people going. You want to make sure that you keep up the interest, because these are hot leads, right? You don't want to make them cold. So that means as appointment setter, you need to be fast at replying, engaging. You need to make sure you're actually responding to people's questions and actually getting the information that you need out of them to ensure that they're ready to move on to the next step. So that is the job of an appointment setter, and it's still within the sales team, because without appointment setters, the sales closers would have calendars packed with people that are ready, people that are not ready, people that are not even serious, just different types of people. And we don't want that as a sales closer, because if we have our calendar packed with all these different types of people, then automatically our time is limited and we can't speak to all the people that are actually serious about joining, because we have our calendar packed with people that are not serious about joining. So that automatically compromises our performance. And sales is a performance-based industry. If you're a closer and you're not closing deals, you don't make money. So that's the role of an appointment setter. It's so important. Their role is really important to vet who can actually come into the call. So the next stage, and this stage is not within every single offer. Some offers and training programs, some coaches don't have this in their team. It's a triager. So some people do have a triager in their team. So what it is essentially is just a 10-15 minute call, nothing crazy, just to further go a bit deeper, but not too deep, just to ask them a few questions. So essentially the same questions you asked in the DMs, you're asking to the person again, so they can just verbally say what they said. And the reason why people do that is because people tend to lie, different things, people are not honest in DMs, or maybe people got a bit confused and maybe you thought one thing, because it's easy to perceive something differently when you're texting them, but when you verbally say something, you're saying it out loud, so you tend to get the truth out that way. And this usually happens, a triage is usually required when there is a two-step call process. So not every coach likes that, not every company goes with that sort of process, because it is a bit longer. The benefit of a two-step process is that, okay, cool, you will definitely get people booked onto your calendar as a closer who are interested and are ready to go. That person has gone through the appointment setter, they've gone through a triager. Come on, at that stage, if they've got to the final stage, they are probably ready and then they want to go forward. But you can't assume that. One of the negatives of that two-step process also is that, you lose people along the way because it's such a long process. Some people just like to do things quick. They like action. They just want to do things now. If you're prolonging that sales process, you're going to naturally get people will leave the process along the way. They may go for someone else that has a quicker sales process because you're taking too long. Because if we have a hot lead, they are so deep in their pain. They want a solution now. If you're not providing that solution quick enough, they can go to someone else that is providing that solution quick enough. So you have to be careful with that. And that's not so much a worry for you as a closer, but it just depends who you're. And this two-step process does work because I've done both. I've done a 2-step process and I've also done a 1-call close. So it just really depends on the type of lead that you're getting, because maybe the type of lead that the coach is getting, they prefer that 2-step process. They prefer a thorough process and getting time to just really talk through the process with 2 different people. Maybe they like that, but other people, maybe they just want to have a 1 call. And as a closer, you would call that a 1-call close. Because when you can close, let's say you have 1 call with someone and you close them in 1 call, where the name comes from. So basically that's where the name comes from. So 1-call closes, I prefer them personally. I believe that if you're a sales closer and the appointment setter is doing a good job to make sure everyone is qualified, then there shouldn't be any issue with getting those qualified leads onto a sales call and close actually serious. And as a closer, you're not going to close everyone. That's normal. So I think that whole 2-step process is a bit long, but depends who you're working with and depends what they want. The appointment setter, we have the triager, we have the closer. So you are the remote closer. You are now the one at the end of the stick and you're now closing the deal. So that is the end of the marketing funnel that I mentioned earlier. And this is where you're now making people to take action. You are helping people to take action that they already wanted to take. You're not convincing anyone to do anything, but you are persuading here. You are making sure that you're facilitating and helping them in the buying process, because if it's a high-ticket product, they're going to want to ask questions. They're going to want to make sure it's actually for them. So that's your job. It's literally just to have a conversation as a remote sales closer. And it's been made a whole lot easier for you because you've got people on the call who are already interested. They are hot and ready to go. So you just need to make sure it's the right decision for them. And then once you've done that, make money. That's really it. And let me just add on as well, depending on who you're working with, it's most likely going to be a specific type of people that you'll be getting. So we call that a client avatar. So a client avatar is a group of people that your coach or business owner tends to get. Let me give you an example. So I was actually working on an Amazon FBA offer, and she's a black lady, and she talks a lot about her life and growing up, and she said a lot of personal things about her mom, and a lot of people that could relate with her who were black, who loved their family and had also a family themselves, would also reach out to her because they could relate a lot to her. So as a closer, it's a lot easier to understand and make sure you know the client avatar that you'll probably be dealing with, because majority of the people that you get onto your calls probably look the same, probably move the same, probably act the same. People tend to go to where they feel heard. People tend to go to people that they feel like they can relate to. So it's always best to know the type of person that you'll be getting on your sales call, because it becomes a whole lot easier when you're dealing with objections. You're dealing with, okay, like you said you don't want to start now. Why is that? And if they say, oh yeah, my family, I need to discuss with my family, or if they're really big on family, then that's an objection you should have handled before. That's something to pick up as time goes on, because let's say every person that comes onto the call, or majority of people that come onto the call, are really big on family, because the content creator or the coach is also big on family. That's something to consider, and so that's something to ask at the beginning stages, so during the discovery phase of your call, to ensure that this objection won't come up later, the family objection. And that's obviously specific to that example that I gave, but that's just an example of knowing your client avatar and how to deal with them, so you can just produce the best results as a closer. So yeah, that's really it about the type of people you'll be dealing with, the people that you'll be working with, and how the process actually works, because no one actually talks about it. But that is essentially how you get calls, warm leads, hot leads booked onto your calendar as a closer, and you can actually close them. And I talked about the importance of knowing who you're going to close, because that will help you when it comes to talking to them. So ladies, that is it for this video. Once again, if you have any questions or you have any comments, please leave it in the comment section below. And I'm here to serve you guys. I'm here to give you guys everything unfiltered. This is something that I've generated multiple 6 figures from. So I'd love to share it with you guys and share everything that I've learned and my whole journey along the way. So that's it from me today, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.